Тоді створювати у Zoom окремо теми так, щоб ви надсилали презентації до Zoom? Чи ви будете просто демонструвати, готувати презентацію, демонструвати її під час семінару?
Я гадаю, зручно буде вам просто надавати права демонстрації екрану, і по черзі будемо демонструвати свій екран з презентацією.
Добре. Тобто, по суті, там, наприклад, готується, там, скажімо так, 4 групи студентів, так, готує певну презентацію, певна доповідь, всі уважно слухають, далі там задають питання, обговорюємо, дискутуємо. Так?
Так.
Так.
Ну, навіть якщо кожна презентація буде по 10 хвилин, у нас все одно ще залишиться доволі таки багато часу на обговорення.
Обговорення, дискусію і всім іншим теж заробить бали за активну участь на занятті.
Так, а як всім решта заробити бали за активну участь на кінці, якщо вони підготують презентацію, вони ж отримують ці бали?
В такому випадку
тут можна просто поспілкуватися.
Так.
По темі
випадку,
без
якщо
балів.
у когось буде презентація оцінена не на максимум, наприклад, якась попередня, то якісь додаткові бали хай крапають.
Добре. Добре. Дякую вам за таку ідею. Трохи розібралися з тим, як розв'язати ситуацію з тим, що велика кількість студентів. Так. Чи є ще якісь запитання?
Та наче ні, наче розібралися з цим.
Так, чудово.
Розібралися, потім вже організуємося.
І трошки поспілкуємося про предмет. Так, наш. I want to ask you, yes, why you choose the discipline social psychology? So you have a possible to choose one psychology discipline. There was psychology of conflict, соціальна психологія на українській мові, and social psychology from English language. So why you choose this discipline, social psychology? Who want to answer?
Let me, please.
Yes.
My answer is just for fun.
Okay, very, very good.
Can I also
yes.
answer?
Yes.
So, honestly, I really wanted to improve my English skills, especially communicational skills. And also, I'm kind of interested in psychology, so I thought to just combine these two hobbies into one. So that's why.
Okay, thank you. And one by one, okay? Who want to next?
Can I please?
Yes.
Well, first of all, I'm highly interested in psychology of any kind, and I was really interested in social psychology anyway, in English or in Ukrainian, but the possibility to learn some terminology in English and to improve my communication skills in such academic topic, more let's say more scientific that I'm usually used to talking about in English, was really tempting. So I chose this discipline to basically also improve my communication skills.
Okay, thank you. Very good. And who will next?
Can I?
Me.
Okay.
So,
ladies first.
Okay. I want to also improve my English skills and find new friends in this course, and improve not only language skills and vocabulary, but also my soft skills to communicate with others.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, can I now?
Yes.
Actually, psychology is not my cup of tea, but at the same time, I should choose one of these subjects of this sphere. And I was really attracted by English language. So it's a great opportunity to improve and develop your speaking skills. Yeah, and at the same time, improve your psychology knowledge. And yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thanks. We were supposed to choose at least something, and since the most quality literature is written, of course, in English, then it makes sense to learn English terminology.
Okay, thank you.
I'm also interested in psychology, and I used to learn it, but not on academical level. So I get an opportunity to join social psychology in English language, and I think that it can improve my language skills, and also I can have some practice with different people from other specialties of our university.
Okay, thank you. And who want to speak why you choose this discipline?
I would like.
Everyone's
Sorry. May I answer?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
I would like to learn this discipline actually because well, I would like to discover how society affects us because we don't always understand this influence because this influence is not obvious as for me.
Okay. Okay, who will next?
As everyone's saying, the main reason to choosing this discipline is because it's English. Everyone wants to speak at English, improve their skills, communication skills. They, of course, could choose social psychology in Ukrainian. It would be the same as say it in the program, but still they choose in English just because they want to speak.
Okay, I understand. And student at the who learning social psychology at the autumn semester answer that he choose this discipline because he want to improve your English skills. Yes, because want to communicate it with English language. Okay, who want to answer this question or not?
May I?
Yes.
So as many of other fellow students already said, I think also for me also the main reason why I chose social psychology in English, because yeah, that's a subject in English and that's really a great opportunity for us to learn something, to study something at an academical level in English language. As already was mentioned, learn some terminology, improve our social skills, communication, discussing some interesting topics. And also a big part of that was of my choice was that I'm really interested in psychology, and yeah, it will be a waste to not choose a discipline in English right now.
Okay, thank you. That's all. Or any another student want to answer this question? Okay, so as I said, that you have the opportunity to choose one of psychology discipline. Yes, what do you think? What to learn psychology of conflict and of conflicts and social psychology? What to study this discipline? What do you think? What do you have thoughts about that? What's the difference between psychology of conflicts, and social psychology?
I think that social psychology studies relationships between people on the higher level than psychology and psychology of conflict because it I don't know how to say it unites people in large groups and studies their relations in these groups.
Yes. Okay. So if you have some thoughts, yes, if you don't know how to translate some words, if you know how say some sentences, you can use Ukrainian language. It is not problem. Okay. Okay. So who another student have two thoughts about what is a student learning in psychology of conflict, and what we study it at our discipline.
May I?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's a really great opportunity that we were given a chance to choose different psychologists what we really want to study. As I see it, like an ordinary, if I may call it ordinary psychology, it may be a discipline that is covering topics about like general topics about psychology. What this is, some history of this discipline. discipline. Also, psychology of conflict, like name says for itself, it's a discipline that studies people in different conflict situations and how to get on with them. And as for our discipline, social psychology, that's a discipline that studies people, their relationships, and how one people may affect others, and how these effects can have a great impact on our decisions, our choices, and in many other ways.
Okay, thank you. And maybe another student want to speak?
Yeah, I agree. I guess these disciplines have a lot in common, but the main difference is the focus. I mean, society can't exist without conflicts, and conflicts occur in society. So I guess these disciplines have a lot of intersection, but the main difference is what they're focusing at.
Okay, so in our course, yes, we have topic of psychology of conflicts. We can speak about what is conflict, of the structure of conflict, and so on. So, okay, so what do you think? Yes, what social psychology is the science of what? And social psychology as a discipline, as the academic discipline, what we study at this discipline? What do you think?
Can I?
Yes.
So social psychology is, of course, is clearly intersectionate with the usual psychology and, of course, with the psychology of conflict, because conflict is a social type of relationship. But social psychology studies individual, interpersonal relationship and relationship between groups in their comparison to the society as a whole. For example, even if we study the thoughts and the behavior of one individual, we're from the social psychology perspective looking at their behavior as taking into the account the societal pressure, the societal impact on their lives and their development, their character, and their relationship with others.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, so maybe another student want to say what we study at this discipline. Social psychology is a discipline or is a science about what?
Okay, can I try? As I understand, social psychology is obviously the science that covers interaction between people, but not as individuals, but as social, like social beings, and in society, not as one person alone, but as a group of people, and how they influence each other, how they interact with each other, and so on.
Okay, thank you.
Also, can I add something?
Yes.
We can't just separate the social psychology apart from our individual psychology, because people's own thoughts and ideas affect their social environment. So I think that social psychology studies not only the groups of people, but also the individual features.
Okay, thank you. We have a topic about what is personality, how to develop personality, how to society influence at the development and formation of personality. What is individually, what is personality, and what and about interaction in small group, in a big group. For example, interaction with in a student group and such process as leadership, conformism, non-conformism, and other aspects. It will be subject of this topic. Okay, so maybe students have thoughts about another thoughts what we study in the social psychology.
Can I add to the previous topic about that science not about individual, but individual in the society? Because social psychology study how you need to, what do you need to do in the society, what you forced to do, and something like that.
Okay, thank you. That's all?
Yeah, main point was said.
And what do you think social psychology limits the communication and the non-verbal communication? It is important for topic of social psychology or not? Do you know what I mean non-verbal communication?
Yeah, it's like mimics.
Emotion expressed by the person while talking or telling something. And I think that's, may I, excuse me, may I ask? Answer. So I think that nonverbal communication is really very important because social psychology studies how people influence other people, and when we must not talk about only about like direct influence. We must also consider some indirect influence, some thoughts that may appear in someone's head after a conversation or after seeing a video or after any other interactions. Like, yeah, as I said, we must also consider not only direct influence but also indirect, and nonverbal communication is a kind of indirect influence.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's all. Yes.
Can I also add something? Nastya, go ahead.
Oh, you.
Who won first?
Okay, so I would like to add from kind of evolutionary and biological point of view, nonverbal communication was the communication that came first. And as people are, as you, I hope, know, social animals, nonverbal communication was the thing that made able for our ancestors to communicate and to form social and parasocial relationships, to form groups, and everything regarding the nonverbal communication is far more important sometimes than words and language, because it's universal between all people on earth. It's universal between some animals too. Some animals can communicate with people using nonverbal type of communication, and of course it influences our social relationship, and our social relationship influence our nonverbal communication.
Okay, thank you.
Also, can I say about the point of nonverbal communication being not direct kind of communication? I can't quite agree, because by person's gestures or even a gaze or some type of appearance in general, we can see very much, and it's like goes straight to our вибачте за український сприйняття.
Perceives, yes?
Perception.
Okay, so thank you. Okay, so I have a question, another question for you. Yes, does society influence the formation and development of personality? What do you think?
Of course it is, because we live in society, we live in something, and of course it influences us, because we meet with it every day, every hour, every second. Even now we communicate with each other, we communicate with society, we communicate with others people, we listen to their thoughts, we're trying to comprehend it and trying to understand and develop myself, yourself.
Okay, thank you. And other students maybe have some thoughts about this question?
So, can I?
Yes.
So I also agree, of course, because as like Dana said before, people are just social animals, but I sometimes think that even some social animals like bees, they are more social orientated than us, but without this society, without people around us, without I'm so sorry, I'm a little bit sick. Without people around us, without this communication, without interactions, we never would be in these personalities we are at this time. So our, I don't know, group mates, our friends, our relatives, they always change us, change our thoughts, because probably, as you know, many teenagers, they really rely on the thought of other people's. Like, I mean, if your friend say that, oh, this skirt or this dress is not fit for you, you'll probably change it immediately, even if it's okay for you. It's the same with thoughts, with feelings, with attitudes. So of course it does. And I think that without living in society, we'll just turn back in the evolution and become just some kind of animals. That's my point.
Okay, thank you.
Can I?
Yes.
Yeah. I guess there is nothing more except society that influences us, because so-called institutions like institution of family, institution of school, they influence and develop us a lot. And even person who call themselves like loners or introverts, who just sit in near the laptop every day, but at the same time they're communicating with someone via the internet, or they playing games or watching movies, and at the same time it's like part of society in the internet, and they interact with this society, and they get influenced by this society, and they developed and changes as well.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Can I add?
Yes.
It's worth mentioning that a lot of our values, our as we think of them, personal values, are actually were installed into us by stereotypes, prejudices, and preconceptions of society. It's of course important to reflect on them and understand which are correct for your personal moral values and which are not. But for example, we were all raised in capitalistic society, so the capitalistic values are installed into our head. We doesn't even recognize it because it's so subconscious. It expresses itself as our personal original thoughts. So it's one other reason why it's so important to frustrate near your thoughts, to reflect on them, and to try and understand which values were installed into you by the society and which of them are you ready to accept for yourself.
Okay, thank you. That's all. Student, say your thoughts about this question. Yes.
Okay. I think yes.
Okay. So today I propose you to test. Maybe I sent in Telegram if you have. Ну, я надішлю, давайте, напевно, я цей тест надішлю вам у Telegram. Кого буде бажання пройти, то пройде такий тест. Зокрема, там до кожного семінарського заняття там підготовлений тест. Я буду вам надсилати, кого буде бажання, оскільки ми вже вибрали таку форму роботи за презентаціями, так, і за такими доповідями, то тест будете, як така ваша самостійна робота, якщо у вас буде бажання, можете проходити. Так, і ось на слайді ви бачите перелік питань, так, уже ви безпосередньо на наступний раз. Тут, зокрема, 4 питання. Я сформую загальний перелік питань, так, до нашої дисципліни. І як ми домовлялися, я вам надішлю у Classroom. І далі там вже нас Владислав, так, Поплавський, він створить Google таку форму, таблицю, де він пропише там, хто готує питання, яка група, там, які студенти готують там перше питання, там друге питання, третє. І далі ми маємо можливість там обговорити, задати деякі питання, можливо, хтось приклад наведе і так далі. Тобто в нас вже залишається менше хвилини часу, чи є якісь запитання?
Тести якось оцінюються після заняття?
Що?
Тести якось оцінюються, чи це ми проходимо чисто для себе?
тести не оцінюються. Я думала, що якщо от ми будемо працювати, наприклад, за 5-бальною все-таки системою, так, там на семінарі, то я думала, що хто сьогодні там взяв участь в дискусії і підготував тест, то отримає 5 балів. Але якщо вже ми так вирішили, що будемо працювати трішки за іншим таким регламентом, то тоді тест можете просто для себе проходити. Я вам буду надсилати в Телеграм. Якщо комусь цікаво, можете прийти, там, дізнатися про себе як особистість. Це суто для вас тести. Так, чи є ще запитання?
Ви сказали, що надішлете у Google Classroom, а ви ж створите, це який буде Classroom, ваш чи Олега Василівна?
В Телеграм надійшли.
А, в Telegram.
Телеграм,
Добре.
да, я переплутала. Classroom, якщо нам буде необхідність, я потім вам дам код дам код, якщо нам треба буде, ми будемо там працювати. Але поки що, так як ми запланували, будемо працювати. Так, я надішлю вам тест-перлік питань, далі ви вже там будете домовлятися, хто буде готувати, хто приєднується, буде слухати, задавати питання. Це вже в такому живому форматі. Так, чи є ще запитання?
Ні, дякую.